Hey traders, good morning. It's Cristo here with a quick morning update. It's about 9:30 here on Central Time. The markets have been open for about an hour, the equity markets. I'll just take a quick look up here. I think I've mentioned in a couple of the tweets a little bit earlier and in our last night video about the S&P 500 and this retracement level into the 786 fib zone. And I'm sorry about that. And it looks like the markets are trying to get rejected up here. We had this first rejection here, and now it looks like we're having the second one. So, and this holds true, and this market moves away from the 786. Then there is a pretty high possibility of this market probably retesting this 1535 zone in the next few sessions in here, and then probably with the break lower towards the 127 extension towards 1527. This should pretty much translate into the forex market with a strong move in the Aussie dollar and the euro dollar. Pretty much all the dollar pair with the move into the dollar. So just kind of watch this and pay attention to what's happening in the equity markets. As a weaker stock market pretty much relates to a stronger dollar. So let's look at what's going on in our pairs in here. You can notice that the euro dollar, it's moving lower in here a little bit, and this 29.77 level continues to be a strong level of resistance in here. I've talked about it, and you can notice how it had numerous tests in here, and we're just kind of waiting. You see the gap that we had up on it hasn't been filled yet. It doesn't have to be filled right away, so let's see if the market is just going to go ahead and do more downside in here. It looks like the euro is getting weaker, so if we're taking down this 28.80 levels, expect a move down to 28.50, 28.35. Our final targets into this trade are much lower at about 26.90 zone. You can see our targets down here at about 26.89, 26.90, I think it is. So we're continuing to stay short into this important downtrend. We still have this this channel, and there's no reason here to get bullish. I'm going to pull up a daily chart, and you can see that there is no. Give me a second here. These are the daily charts. There's no indication of any pullback. This was one of the first candles that hinted us into a pretty strong move to the downside. And ever since this major candle happened, the market is building this this falling wedge in here. And usually these things are prone to break to the lower side. So this level in here would be an obvious level for the bears. So we're going to patiently wait and see if this is going to get targeted. And here we have moved our stops last night to slightly lower values for a lower risk, and we're going to do that again today at the end of the day onto the close. If the market closes bearish, if they're able to close at about 28.50 today or maybe lower, then we'll have to consider our stops on the top side. So pay attention to that as well. And let me take a look at the Aussie too and see what's going on out there. You can see that on the 4-hour charts, we've taken this fresh trade last night based on the hourly charts, and I want to talk a little bit about it. You can notice how this was the gap that we've had on Asia Open, and then the markets pulled back, filled up this gap, and then this resistance level was retested in here. You've had this pretty interesting pin bar rejection on 1-hour charts. Then we had one and the second test a few hours later, and the markets just didn't like that level at all at about 104.10, 104.5, and they decided to move lower. And you can notice in terms of price action how after the spin bar we've had this secondary and third touches of that level, but on the last touch we've created this pretty interesting double bar in here, which is a interesting level and signal for shorts in here. So we have taken our short. It looks like right now we're pulling a little bit back in here into a fib zone, and we're waiting for this market to drop lower. We have some support down here, so watch this 103.50 zone. But maybe tonight in the Asia sessions, when Aussie gets traded more, we're going to get a break of this level to the downside. So pay attention to this as well. That's a fresh new trade for this week, and we're looking for much lower. I think we're looking towards 101, 101.70, 101.80, 101.75 targets onto this trade. So that's going to be a while until we get there, and that's those levels down here, probably slightly lower, right? So pay attention to this. It looks like, and you can see that also on the daily charts, and I've talked about this too. This is a 618 fib zone of this entire move, and these are usually good levels to short into if you consider that the downtrend is on into the Aussie. So we've had this first leg down, and now the second leg correction upwards, and we're looking for a major third wave down into the Aussie. Excuse the noises, but I think somebody's working below me, so that's the noise. All right, guys, so pay attention to the equity markets, and this is a quickly morning update. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.